Cześć wszystkim, tutaj Jasia. Witam na kanale Strefy Music Art. Dzisiaj naszym gościem jest Michael J.J. Wahntraum, wokalista zespołu Harakiri For The Sky, który zagra już w czerwcu 4 koncerty w Polsce. Będzie to 20, 21, 22 oraz 23 czerwca w Warszawie, Gdańsku, Poznaniu i Wrocławiu. Hi, thank you for agreeing for this conversation. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, doing well.
Great. How do you feel about playing once again in Poland?
Yeah, I mean, I always had a great time playing in Poland, and I'm very lucky that this time, I don't know how it's pronounced in Polish, Danzig.
But what
Gdansk.
Gdańsk, the city, right?
Gdansk is is on the tour plan because I've never been there, and I always the pictures I saw from the city were always really beautiful. So I'm looking forward to also see a new city in Poland this time where I haven't been before. Yeah.
Yeah, you will love it, Gdańsk. It's a really beautiful city.
I hope so.
And what do you like the most when you're visiting Poland?
I mean, how shall I say? I like the cities generally. I mean, Krakow and Warsaw, also pretty cool old cities. It's like a similar feeling I have when I visit Budapest or Prague. It's this aura of the cities themselves. And yeah, it was always cool to play and visit Poland. The people are very thankful. It's not that it's feeling like you don't have this concert overload, like having bands from Germany or Great Britain or whatever are playing there like 3 times a week or something. And you can already feel this in Germany and also in Austria a little bit, in Vienna, that the people got so overloaded with bands. There are 3 concerts a day. You can't even decide where to go and all that. And it is a feeling that I don't have when I go to Eastern Europe, that the people are already so overloaded with all the stuff.
And how would you describe Polish audience on your concerts? Is it crazy or is it more calm?
I mean the Polish guys I met and the audience, I'd say they're pretty down to earth and settled. It's not this not this crazy kind of audience like you have in Mexico or South America, but that's a good thing. You can't have you can't always have that. And my mentality is similar. I'm also a little bit more quiet and not too crazy and flipping out. So I think it's pretty fits.
And can you reveal which album will dominate during your concerts on your set list?
We always try to play songs from every release, but I think that the last 2 albums will dominate the set list. I think we have 2 songs from Arsen. I think we have three songs from Mere. And the problem with Harakiri concerts or music is that our songs are like 8 to 10 minutes mostly. So we always have the problem, which songs shall we play, because we can't play like more than 70, 80 hours. So you have like when we say we play a headliner set with let's say 70, 80 hours, minutes, sorry, then we can choose around 8 songs, and so we will already have 5 albums. It's always a little bit difficult to choose. So yeah, it's always a sure thing that when a band is touring, it's the dominant part is always the newest album, even if it's already 3 years old. But yeah, it's Mary still dominates our set list. That's yeah.
But maybe
But we
that's
try to have an overlook about on everything we released so far.
But maybe that's interesting challenge for you to try to play all your songs during all your career. It would be the longest concert in the world, probably.
Totally, yeah.
And can you tell me which song you play, you love to play the most personally?
Um, it always changes through the years, and sometimes songs when you play it when you play it the 100 times in 1.5 years or 2 years, that it sometimes gets annoying, and mostly these songs are the like I always had, or I have a problem with playing Calling the Rain from Trauma, because it's already we played it so often and all around and everywhere, and but the people like it, the people love it, so we play it. And but for me, mostly I'm always mostly like playing newer songs, because this is still a challenge to me. And yeah, and I haven't heard them so often. So I think one of my favorites to play is "Sing for the Damage We've Done," and "I Pallbearer" from the Mary album, I'd say.
Mhm. And why did you decide that Celeste and Sunken will join you on the tour?
Um, I mean, we searched for a proper support band. Took us a while, and somehow we came in touch with Celeste. And I myself, I've seen them the first time, but it must already have been, yeah, it was more than 10 years ago. I think in 2013 or something. And I don't know if you know about their light show.
I've heard, yeah.
They just have red lamps on their forehead,
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah.
everything else is completely dark. And when they are acting and happening and playing, like makes it totally dark and wow atmosphere. And I also like the music very much, for sure. So I was pretty hyped when our booking agency finally came up with booking Celeste as directly tour support. Um, and I think Sunken got how should I say, they got a hint from somewhere that Harakiri and Celeste are doing a small Poland tour, and they just the road to our management, I think, or to a booking agency, and yeah, so they were also on the boat. And I also like Sanctum pretty much. I in last autumn, I before I knew that, um, I drove to a concert, like 200 or 300 kilometers, just to see them. And yeah, also, to me it is the perfect package.
It sounds like a great cooperation. Seriously, I think all three bands will play together really
Yeah, I
great.
hope so.
Yeah. And about that, do you prepare any surprises for your fans?
What do you mean with surprises?
I don't know, maybe some special, maybe you're preparing something special for fans, some new song, maybe.
Oh no, it's not. It's not the time right now. Um, but no, it will with the new album is finally taking its last shape. I'm not sure about its release. Maybe the beginning of 2025 or something. But we won't play new songs before the first. We talked about this, but we won't play new songs before the first single is released and a cover is released and all that. So that makes more sense. Maybe it makes sense for a band that is like a rehearsal room band that writes the songs together. So they can already rehearse for the studio to play, they play them live, and so they get in shape and all that. But as for a project like Harakiri For The Sky, where one guy does all the music and one guy does just the vocals, it just makes sense when the songs are already out to play them live.
Mhm. And now I need to ask you a few questions about you as a musician personally. Can you tell me what the music is for you?
Um, yeah, it was always some kind of catharsis or self therapy. I know this is something everybody says. Um, but as long as I am listening to heavier music, and as long as I'm a musician myself, which is already 20 years since I started my first black metal band. So it was always a very big part of my daily life, not just because of doing these tours and doing albums, but I'm always writing something. I always got a pen and a small book with me for ideas and all that. Um, I play guitar nearly 3 or 4 times a week, and try to find new ideas and all that. So, and the other time when I'm not writing music or working on ideas, I listen to my music as myself. I'm a very passionate vinyl collector since I think I got my first LP from my older sister when I was 12 or something, which was the Crimson Idol LP from Wasp and Human from Death. Not not directly the music I'm listening to now, or I'm doing myself now, but this was like the gate to collecting vinyls and also to heavy music. And so yeah, it means a lot to me, I'd say.
You said that you're a musician for almost 20 years already. So when you're thinking about your beginnings, about beginnings of the Harakiri For The Sky and the point you are right now, what do you feel? What the conclusion of all that adventure with music?
Um, I think it evolved quite good, and I also made also we all made a good progress, and I reached goals. I've never thought to, like when I'm thinking about the Australian tour that's coming in November. Um, we are playing there with one of my with Austere, one of my most favorite bands from my late teens, or how shall I say, um, with to play with such a band I really liked so much, and on a place I always wanted to visit that is so far from home, and all this that I can release music and always have a vinyl version or whatever. This is all something I couldn't imagine 20 years 20 years before. About 20 years ago, I was like, oh, hope we can find somebody that has um, that has a laptop that works strong enough so we can record like 6 tracks or something for his songs, and bounce them on waves. So we finally have the song that we wrote for 2 months on digital format. And yeah, that 20 years later, everything changed, but for a good way.
And how does it feel to be on stage and sing for that all people who's coming to your concerts and support you in your work?
Yeah, it's still crazy sometimes that there are so many people that really seem to like what we do, and we have the possibility to play these tours and concerts. And yeah, sometimes it still feels strange, but the good thing is I'm I'm not tending to be too nervous or something. So I think this all the stage acting and everything seems is pretty natural to me, because I don't think I hope I don't miss parts or do mistakes or forget lyrics or something. Just go out there and then do my thing. And I think the other guys too. And so I think, yeah, it should be pretty authentic. I hope our fans see this a similar way.
It is for sure. And tell me, is there anything you would still like to do, but you haven't had the opportunity to do it yet?
You mean working with somebody or going on
Working
tours
with
or
somebody, or maybe make some experiment with the sound or with the
yeah.
lyrics?
Um, we have an Austrian artist. She's called Soap and Skin. She made the movie, also the music for the series Dark. I don't know if it's known in Poland.
Hmm.
It's an Austrian German, but pretty like it's like in European Stranger Things. She's a very cool. She makes very dark music with a lot of synths, and also very depressive. I'm a huge fan of her first albums, and we tried to ask her a few times already if she wants to take part on one of the songs. This would be maybe one of the dreams come true to work with her. Generally, I'm always open for experiments, working with other musicians from different genres. It's always a little bit a matter of effort and time, because you always lose time while you're recording an album. You always think, okay, when we start the recording generally we should be finished with everything in May. No, you won't. You always lose time because somebody gets sick. This doesn't work out the way it should, and everything you have to rework things and all that. Yeah, and so that is the sad part of this, is that sometimes it lacks in time to make huge experiments on the songs. But generally, I'm up to everything. I think we also made some sound experiments on the new album. Um, we combined heavier heavier parts with alternative stuff like indie rock and grunge. I think it's still the same mixture like we already had on Mere, but more polarizing. Like a more up and down, like more like a manic depression or something. Yeah, and I think the rest, like touring and all that, pretty much reached everything we wanted to. It's a pity that there is no New Zealand on the Australian tour, because this is a country where I always wanted to go, and I think but it's very I think it's very expensive to go there and all that. So I was let it out. But this the few things that we did an US tour, which was always also always a dream of mine. So yeah, I'm pretty thankful for what we succeeded, and I think we will still find ways to see new places and all that in the next years.
Fingers crossed, of course. And I need to ask you, getting back to Harakiri for the Sky, where did you get the idea of the visual side of the band? Because it's, of course, very dark, but also I feel that you gave not only with the music, but also with the visuals, like albums covers and stuff like that, their very own style and theme, which is continuing by your whole career. So where did you get the idea for that?
I don't know. It was something that came pretty natural. It started with the first cover artwork with the raven that is tied to a rope, which was drawn of one of my oldest friends, I'd say. And then this whole thing started. We didn't give him this input or something. He just draw it. He is perfectly in drawing in drawing animals, especially birds. And so this idea was born to stay in this concept, to always have animals on the cover artworks with different backgrounds and different animals, like aesthetic animals that also fits the music, or maybe also the region where we are from. Like, you will never see a parrot on a Harakiri cover, because that's a bird that has nothing to do with the region in Europe. We grew up and all that. Yeah, and so we went from album cover to album cover, thinking and finding new animals that fit the style, and also have, like you say, a dark atmosphere. Like the fox on the second album was already dead and a little bit rotting. The antlers were fighting, which was also a little bit, which also had this dark touch. Even the cover was so light gray, and yeah, we're still not sure what to put on the new album's cover. But we are working on it, and it surely will be a animal again with a dark background, from the story, which maybe also fits the story of the album. It should fit.
I need to say that animals covers are really great. It's giving so mystical thinking about that albums. And when I was looking at them, I was looking for some symbolic meanings. So it's a great that you're using that animals from the places you know, because it's seriously great. And I was wondering, what do you want to convey with your music? What would you like to tell people with your music?
Um, the thing is, when you start doing a band or doing music, in my case, I never thought about what can I give other people, or whatever, because at first you just think, I want to express myself as an artist, or visually, and try to sorry yeah, evolve as an artist and person, and try to make something special, that it's a part of that it's a part of you. And then maybe, yeah, okay, you find somebody releasing the album or something, and then people come up, oh, I really liked the song or the lyrics and whatever. It helped me through some troubled times and all that. And then you see, okay, it's not just you. There are so many people out there that feeling the same. So in first case, I never write lyrics or music that I do it. I don't do it for other people, but it's always in first case I do it for myself. But it's always good to hear that you can in when you try to save your own troubles and personal problems with your art, and other people feeling the same about it, and it helps them, like I already said, through troubled times. Then yeah, it's always great to hear some things like that. It's a huge compliment, I'd say.
And how would you convince people who are not familiar yet with your music to get into it, to try it?
That's that's pretty difficult. When I got asked by maybe moms of my friends or something like that, what I am doing as a musician and all that, I always try to describe it to them like, yeah, we have this long monotonous clean parts which sound kind of cinematic, as you have it in movies and all that, and then we have these heavy parts which are building a contrast to the rest, but it's still but it's still a little melodic. And yeah, and then I scream sometimes. Yeah. Okay. So that's how I this describe it most of the time for people who are not familiar with black metal or heavy music itself, and people that know what everything's about. I don't need to explain it to them.
And at the end, I would like to ask you to invite your fans to the concerts in Poland.
Yeah, for sure. Hey guys, we are up in Poland for 4 shows in the end of June, and yeah, we'd be glad to see some familiar or still not so familiar faces. And Celeste are with us and Sankin, and think this will be great shows. So would be cool if if a lot of you come over.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for conversation.
Yeah, you're welcome.